Hi everyone, it's Sue from Art, Craft and Journals, and I'm here today to do another project for the Aunty Vera creative team. So please craft along with me while I'm doing this. Now what I decided to do, because the papers are cat themed and I have a cat, I do actually have like the documents and things that you seem to acquire when you have a pet. And they've just sort of been in a plastic pocket, which is really boring. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make, I'm not sure what you call it, a folder, a folio, to put all those documents in. So what I've done is I've got myself a manila folder, and this is an A4 size one. I've got some of the I Love My Cats papers. I've got the 4x6 journaling cards, which is that one. I've got the 3x4 journaling cards. I've got tags, which is this one. I've got the blue-orange solid one. I've got meow. I've got kittens. And I've also got the red-grey solid as well. So I thought I would use the manila folder and some of these papers to create something to hold all my documents in for my cat. So what I'm thinking is they need to be A4, which is this size, and I'm pretty sure it's slightly bigger than A4. Yeah, it is. So, and I'm thinking I would like a spine on it. Now they do have the markings there. I'm not sure if you're able to see them, but they do have score lines. But the thing is, if I use those, it's going to make the front cover shorter, and it's actually the back cover I need shorter. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just move those out of the way a little bit. Oops, hopefully they'll stay there. What I'm going to do is actually score this side. Now, my scoring board is here, and of course there's the scoring tool, which is never with the scoring board. So I'm thinking I would like them to be fairly even there. I mean, I can trim them, so that's not a big deal, but I'm thinking that's let me see, half an inch, just over half an inch. So I score maybe there. So I think it's, I'm not sure how you would say that. It says 5/6 on the scoring board. It doesn't really look straight actually. Let's have a look. I'm actually going to score there. Okay. Let's see if that was right. I'm hoping that will make my spine. Oh, yep, good. That's a relief. I'm not very good with inches at all. I didn't grow up using inches. They came in as when I was, we transferred in Australia from, I think, inches to centimetres when I was very, very young, before school. So I've never really grown up with inches, so it's always, I have to think. Okay. Now it's a little bit damaged, but it should be fine. Okay, now my next thing is I'm going to cover it. I like this one. And I'm going to need two. I'm thinking this one. So, which one should be the front? I like this one. Okay, so let me see if I cut that. No, it's not going to fit because it's not long enough. So let me have a look. Can I trim this one down? I can actually trim it down. I think I will trim it down. Yep, I'm going to trim it down. Now let me see, does that fit? Yes, it does, perfect. Okay, what I might do is trim the paper down, then trim the manila folder to match. Okay, so I'll just turn this around, and I need a ruler. and a blade. I'm just going to take this little strip off the bottom. I will keep that, there's usable bits on that. And I will do the same with this one. Now if you had more than one pet, obviously you'd make separate ones. I am thinking I will put some pages inside for probably to put maybe some photos or scribble information if I need to as well. Okay, so what I might do is I might actually speed this up while I'm doing this, because it's going to take a while. Alright, it's not totally lying, I'm not sure even, I guess, but I think it will be okay. Alright, now the insides. Now that's quite sturdy. I was a little concerned that the manila folder was too thin, but I think with the 2 layers of paper should be fine. I'm thinking I might use those 2 colours, and then I'm going to use this one for some pockets inside, which I will then slot in the documents and things. So again, it's just a matter of covering the insides just like I did the outside. I think I might do it that way. And I'll do this one first. And I'm just going to do it from there. So again, I'm going to cut the strips off them both. Now my papers are a little scrunched because they got a bit damaged on the way here. So, but they're fine, they straighten out. It's not too much of a big problem. Alright, so that's going to go like that. Yep, okay. Where are we? Here we go again. My filming area is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just beyond what you can see. There is just stuff everywhere. And I'm sorry if I'm off camera some of the time. I haven't actually been checking, I must admit. Too busy concentrating. I was just thinking I was going to sew around it, but now I'm thinking maybe it wouldn't be a good idea simply because I've used the tape around the edges where I would likely to be sewing, and the tape really gunks up your needle, so probably not a good idea. Okay, yep, alright. Trim that one. It's nice and thick, this one now. That's good. Okay, now the other side, same thing. And I will overlap the spine. Right, actually, ooh, please, please, yes, good. I need it to be straight up this way rather than this way, I think, because this is the top. Alright, didn't quite work as well as I was hoping at the top, and I probably went too far at the bottom. No, not too bad. Okay, now let's just put that fold back in. It's quite thick, the spine now, which is good. Okay, and we will trim this bit off. And do the corners. Oh, I think my corner punches really finally had it. I think it's got a bit of gunk in there actually. So that is the basic folio. So that's quite nice, I think. I like that. I love the colours. Different to I ordinarily use, but I like them. Alright, so still a little wonky, but I think once it's full it'll be fine. Now I'm going to put some pockets in here, and I'm thinking they will be diagonal. What I'm thinking is I might trim it to fit inside, so pencil basically there. So we'll take the bottom off. Okay, now where's my pencil mark? There it is. Alright, let's see. Now my thinking is that does that fit? Maybe a little, oh no, no, that's okay. I'm thinking a diagonal line down there so that the papers will slot into. Now this ruler's not long enough, so we'll get out the big ruler, and it'll be simply that corner to that corner. Now, hopefully that will work. I'm just thinking maybe it won't, because that goes there. Oh, that one might have to go that way. Oh, I really didn't want that. And I don't have another piece of this because, yeah, okay. Can I fix it? I could go that way, make it smaller. Actually, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. And I might, no, I think I'll leave that one bigger. And I'll cut that one smaller. There will be pages in between, so it won't matter that much. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I could use a different piece of paper, but no, I'm going to do it this way. But you know what I am going to do? I am going to follow one of those lines, because that, I don't like that. Okay, let's just, which one? Maybe the blue one. Let's have a look. Okay, that's a little wonky there. So we can sort of do a little bit of adjusting there. I might just move it down a little bit and that'll take it away from that. I hope you can hear me. I'm kind of muttering, I think. Okay, yep, I like that better. Yep, actually, I like that a lot. Now I'm thinking this one needs to be the same. Or at least shorter. Yes, I could probably do it. That's better. I like that better. Alright. Now we just need to stick them down and trim them a little bit. I think I'm going to use glue for this one, because I do find that if you use the tape, sometimes the tape can catch on, when you stick it down, the things that push inside can catch. Now I'm just wondering, actually, if I glue that there, will an A4 sheet of paper fit? Yes, as long as I glue it right on the edge, which is actually why I was thinking I would sew it, but I don't think that's a good idea because of the paper, the tape. Oh dear. Something to wipe that with. Just a little bit of trimming here and there, I think. Just that little bit here. And the corners. Okay, so that's the basic booklet or cover, and as I said, you put your papers, I don't want to put them in right now because they're not dry, but we'll pop them in like so, and you've got the two sides. Now what I did also think is that it'd be nice to have some loose pages in there as well. So to do that, what I'm thinking is I need some white paper. I will be back. Alright, what I do have now is I've actually got A3 paper, and I have 6 pieces of it. Now if you don't have A3 paper, you could join 2 A4 pages together. So you'd have your 2 pages like so, and you could do some sort of a join there, whether it be washi tape or you know, you could use your strips of paper, something like that. Particularly if you wanted a thicker paper. This is just, I think it's 80 GSM, just standard photocopy paper. It's just A3, so it's not very thick. If you wanted a thicker page, you could use something, you know, your scrapbooking paper, or you could even do a more junk journal style by using you know, different bits of paper. That's entirely up to you. I've just decided I'd go with just the standard photocopy paper, and I'm just folding it in half. What I will do is just sew it into the spine, like so. Now, I need my book, my binding things, so I will just grab those. Now, just so that I get it straight, I'm going to rule a line with pencil down the middle. Just move those a bit. So, and line it up. Now, I'm not being too fussy with it. In fact, I could probably actually put them in and poke a hole right through. So let me just get some clips. So I'm just going to centre it sort of between the two. Flip it, oops, moved it. Flip it into position. Trying not to move it while I find the clips. Okay, now I'm going to punch a hole roughly in the middle. Hopefully through this into there. Now I need something to poke into. Let me just find something. It's not going to work. Let's just, we might do it the other way. Because of the length, I'm actually going to do, oh, it's just started really pouring. I'm actually just going to do 5. Yep, okay. So straight through, which is actually more difficult than I thought because of the tape, I'm thinking, or the thickness of the cardboard. Trying very carefully not to poke my hands. Alright, now to match them up with this. This has definitely got gunk on it from the tape. I'm actually trying to use up that tape because to me it's just too sticky. It's really not good. Now I just want to make sure that they went through. Okay. Now usually I do 3. I'm just thinking whether this will be strong enough. I think it will. And my scissors have disappeared. Oh, okay. Strange. I'm sure I just had them. Okay, alright. Now, needle. Now, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Now, what I'm thinking, I'm going to actually flip this up to the top so I don't lose it. Now I'm starting at the top. Yep. Just going through there. The needle's got glue on it from the tape. There we go. And then just down to the next hole. And I'm sure there's other ways of doing this, but today this is the way I'm doing it. I do vary it sometimes too, I must admit, depending on what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. Now, have I got a little bit of a knot there? No, got a bit of an end. That's it. And I'm just working my way down. Like so. And then going back up again. Trying not to split the thread as I re-thread it through the same hole. And this is where I start to pull it a little tighter too. Okay, so that's the basic book. Now I am going to decorate it a little bit. So I need to print off a picture of Smokey because I'm thinking a picture of Smokey will look great there. Now you could also just dress the edges. I will probably do that as well. But I will go and print that picture and I will be back. Alright, I have printed a picture and I've got to be honest, I'm not really good at editing pictures or printing them. They just don't seem to work when I do them. But anyway, it will do for what I want. Now I'm thinking I will mount it. Just looking at which pieces I've got that I can mount it with. This one or this one. No, I like the lighter one, so I'm just going to mount it with that. And just for something different, I might actually get a little piece of calico just for something different. Let's have a look. So, just move that out the way. Tidy this up a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm thinking, is I'm going to sew that onto there and then onto here. So I need to cut this to fit as well. It's just going to be big enough. I'm just going to straighten this side up here. Oh, can't get it off. I really wish I knew where my scissors went. You may have noticed I'm not, I've really worked hard at trying to not aim for perfection, if that's a thing, because most of my life I've stressed over everything being perfect. So, and it used to stress me no end. So I've actually consciously trying to make an effort not to have things stress me. Okay, I'm going to sew around there and I will be back. Alright, so I have sewn around it. That's what it looks like. It might be a bit hard to tell because I've used a lighter cotton. And now I'm just going to attach it to the front of my folder or folio, whatever you call it. Not sure if you can hear the rain, but it certainly started to come down. All right. Yep. Okay, so that's that. Now what I am going to do, I am going to use probably a black Sharpie or something, if I can find one. There's something. This is my Uniball Eye Fine Line black pen, and I'm going to do some faux stitching around the edges just because I think it'll finish it off. Alright, I'm really happy with how that worked out actually. I'm really pleased. Okay, so as I said, these pages, you could put photos, you could put more pockets, you could just scribble information, you could stick things, receipts or something on there if you wanted, something like that. Now I'm just having a look what I've got. Okay, and obviously I've blanked out addresses. So these are all just the bits and pieces that I think are important to keep. So they're going to sit in there. And let's see, why aren't they going in? Oops. And what's this one here? Oh, that's vaccinations or something. That can go in there as well. And these are just receipts, I think, for various things. Okay, so I might pop those all in the back. That's actually more health stuff. This is more the certificates of registration and that sort of thing. So they can tuck in there. These ones can tuck in here. And then we close it up. And there we go. Awesome. I'm very happy with that. It looks so much better than the plastic pocket they were in. So just an idea for using up these gorgeous paper and for keeping your information sort of all together. And what I probably will do is I'll stick some more photos in here, and I do have some receipts and things that I could possibly put in, and I might put some pockets as well. So that's my, I don't know, pet information folder, I guess. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.